I have the privilege of introducing our first pitcher, Mikael Heinonen. Mikael is the co-founder of Callabaloop, a social enterprise, and Michael and I were very lucky to have Mikael as one of our deconstruction podcast guests, one of our very first. So thank you for all the pod guests in the audience tonight. Mikael, as part of this social enterprise purpose, Mikael also powers apprentice.plus, which is a hub, and it gives free life skills content and engagement tools to apprentices, graduates and trainees in the construction industry. So before I take over Mikael's pitch, I'll hand over the mic.
You were doing such a good job. Hello everyone. I wonder how this is going to go. Everyone's got drinks, and so I'm the first cab off the rank. So I don't know. Here we go. So my name's Mikael. I'm a co-founder of Callabaloop. We're a social enterprise founded in 2021. Essentially, we started to basically want to change culture in the construction industry. But today, rather than just a pitch, I want to take more of a slightly different approach, considering this is an innovation event. So I want it to be more of an advocacy type presentation, if I may. So I guess just to kick off in terms of my background, 30 years in the sector, started working, labouring for my dad in school holidays as a landscaper. Decided I loved the industry, went off and did a quantity surveying degree, wanted to be an architect, wasn't good enough. So then I ended up working for clients at client side for a while, then contractors, and then in 2021 started Callabaloop. But from about 2019 onwards, I'd been studying researching culture, and specifically culture and construction. And it was the years before that. So the last place where I was working was as a Bechtel. I was there 11 years, and it wasn't necessarily Bechtel, but I was just getting a bit, bored. I was just getting sick of the whole adversarial nature of the industry. And the industry can be tough, but that adversarial nature is and this might be controversial, but that's what stops the innovation in the industry. People putting up the walls, they're not talking. It stops the flow of trust and information. So if we can actually look at how we communicate and how we engage, and actually if we start listening, then there's a potential. Yeah, so if we actually listen and we actually start embracing inclusion, collaboration, putting the ego at the door and actually looking what can we do for the industry, then we can actually start looking at solving some of the challenges that we're all talking about, whether or not it's skills crisis or productivity or profitability, or even the well-being aspects, which we all know about. And so, again, when we're talking in the context of today, in terms of innovation, there's a lot of talk out there that innovation's that silver bullet that's going to solve all those problems, whether or not it's productivity and the like. But again, we're being held back in doing things because of that adversarial nature and not that collaborative approach. We need to look at how we can actually embrace a collaborative culture. So culture itself is it's a thing. You can't create culture. You have to just let it happen. It's an emergent thing. At the end of the day, it's all about the conditions and that you let culture breed. So a bit like a plant. If you allow a plant the conditions, it can thrive and it can grow. That's the same with culture. Same with if you look at how long it takes for a plant to grow. Culture needs time. It needs time to embed its roots. You need to allow trust to basically flow through. There's a saying that collaboration moves at the speed of trust. So again, when you're looking at culture, there's a spectrum in terms of that maturity of that culture, which needs to also be addressed. And again, like a plant, you don't expect from day one that plant's going to be giving you fruit. It needs time to grow to its maturity till it can give you that fruit. So it's the same thing. If we're expecting to be able to adopt innovation and the like, again, we need to move along that maturity scale. So a bit about Callabaloop. So a lot of it's in the name, as you can probably guess. So we want to help organisations, I guess, find those the keys to I guess unlocking that collaboration aspect or culture within the organisations. So we work across a multitude of sizes of organisations, whether or not it's small business with an apprentice or it's a large organisation with on a mega project. And we want to collaborate with industry as well to enable that we have those thriving workforces, because at the end of the day, our vision is that we want a construction industry to be the industry of choice across all of community. So in terms of what we actually do and how we do that, again, as I mentioned before, we sort of go across the different spectrums of the industry in terms of the size of organisations. There's a couple of key aspects. So we like to capture signals. So we do that and look at the data. We've built a platform that basically sends out SMS messages, so we can do targeted, automated, regular messages and questions. The responses come back via SMS, and that can then be pushed real time to a database and then visualised on an online dashboard. And then we would use that information and look at those challenges and then actually go, okay, well, what is the relevant and timely content that we might want to push to that individual or to that cohort? And then we overarch that with a bit of with coaching. So at the moment, mentoring's in vogue, but we like to think that coaching is the way to go, because at the end of the day, we need to embrace that people need to deal with their own challenges. We can't help everyone, we can't cuddle everyone. So people need to be able to basically build their own resilience, whether or not it's an apprentice on a job site or it's a leader on a mega project. And as Emily alluded to as well, I should probably get up here to sell it again, but yes, as I said before, we're a social enterprise, and from that social enterprise, we have a purpose, and that purpose we use to drive our products and services, but we also do pro bono utilisation as well of our platform to industry organisations and other sort of like-minded companies to basically better the industry. And we've also established apprentice.plus. So the website apprentice.plus is basically a free website where we're building content with collaborators, where we can offer free life skills to apprentices, graduates, trainees for the sector, so they can actually access those things and deal with the challenges that's relevant to them. So again, thank you. There's a QR code, so if anyone's got a phone, there's a bit of a survey. I'm very about continual improvement, so just a couple of questions on there, and like to keep the conversations going. Thank you.